Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another edition of which pencils work with which paper, and we are focusing on the Hanna Karlzon line of books. Now, there's, obviously if you get the early releases from Hanna Karlzon, these ones are printed by a different company than the one that's actually printed here locally in Utah. However, the paper is actually really close to the same. So for example, we got Spirit Animals. This one, fun fact, is printed not too far from me. So the only difference I ever notice is that, to me, it feels a little bit coarser than the paper from overseas, but very slightly. And then some people have commented that these papers from overseas are a little bit more transparent. Maybe, I don't know. But I am incredibly frustrated because I went to do this video, grabbed all my Hanna Karlzon books, and I'm sitting here like, where's the other ones? Because I do have, the Swedish editions, but I also have like the US editions, and I have another copy of this one. I am missing a bunch, so I am like short some books, and I'm looking everywhere, and I'm kind of freaked out, but we will just go one by one, and I will show you the pencils I used and kind of discuss that from there. So it doesn't necessarily, you don't need to worry about the book itself. Like I said, all of her US ones are printed by Gibbs Smith here in Utah, the United States. So they haven't done much to the paper since then, but we'll go through and I can show you. Like, so I started this little guy here. This is actually with Prismacolor. It's actually turned out pretty well. Prisma is definitely one of my favorites. And I'm showing you completed pages and whips for a reason, because I want you to see how these look. Now, you can also see my coloring journey, because this was done a very long time ago. But this was done with Prisma as well. This bad boy here was actually done with Prismacolor pencils. No, they are not all Prismacolor pencils. But this little guy is. That was when I was first learning how to do fur. I think that's it for this book. Other than, this has actually been this is watercolor pencils, actually. Arteza watercolor pencils. And they did okay. They're just a little bit flat. And that is one thing we'll talk about when I get to another page. But as you can see, I've used a lot of Prisma so far. That shouldn't be a shocker. Now this is all Prisma right here. I actually have a full color tutorial on my channel. It's really old. But the background is actually chalk pastels applied with a cotton swab. And they did really, really well. I just sealed them down. So normally I use pan pastels now, but back then I couldn't afford pan pastels, so I used chalk pastels and did this colorful little background. But the pencils are Prismacolor, and I covered up the lines and did some white acrylics and kind of just made my own pine needles. But then we have this bad boy here. This is not Prismacolor. This is actually the 520 Brute Funer pencils. So they're an oily, also known as an oil-based soft pencil though. And they did really well on this paper. You can still get the 520 oily ones. The 120 square ones that we all love are not as easy. The background was done with watercolor, and then I just put some gold paint on top, and then some white paint pen. I will say the paper did not like this paint, but I was pretty heavy with it as well. I did okay with the Brute Funer pencils, but as you can see, they kind of got a little splotchy in some spots. Now, this is a very smooth paper, not a lot of tooth. Some pencils just don't do well in that situation, others do fine. This here is actually Prismacolor. So all this is Prismacolor, but the background is Neocolor too, and it actually did really well. If you look at that, I've got 3 different colors in there. No pilling of the paper. It's not too splotchy. It's actually exactly how I wanted it to be. So, Neocolor 2s work really good. I have not colored in this one, probably should. Let's see if we got anything in here. I'll usually have like whips. Oh, yep, got a whip here. So this is Prismacolor. I started her skin. I was actually working on doing a more realistic and making her look more realistic, hence why I added a nose, because she actually didn't have one before I gave her one. So that was Prismacolor, which do work really well, but Prismas are very soft and creamy, so they tend to do well on toothy paper if you like to layer, but they do really well on smooth cardstock as well because they can just blend right in. This is actually polychromos. I do enjoy using my polychromos on Hanna Karlzon pages. They are, you know, a layering pencil. They're hard. They're a little bit more transparent, but they still worked really, really well in here. I actually like how this turned out. So the polychromos do actually do decent. And I have a few instances where I've used them in Hanna Karlzon books. We're getting there. I would love to say I would sit here and edit for days and change it up and make this less you have to see a flip through, but no. You guys know me by now. Okay, this is actually a fun buddy color I did where we actually exchanged books. Now, she doesn't have her channel anymore, but she lived in Utah, so we met up, gave each other our books, and like I colored this side in her book, and she colored, I think that's right, I can't remember. Either way. So she did an acrylic background and it actually took really well. I don't know what pencils she used though. They don't feel like Prisma. They feel like something else, so I'm not sure. I, however, did use Prisma on mine through the whole thing here. And the background is actually Distress inks. So I used some Distress inks. That was back when I first got Distress inks and I wanted to play around with them. But as you can see, Distress ink does pretty well on this paper. Alright, I have 2 copies of Jewelry Box. One I've colored in, the other I have not. Okay, so this one here is an example of what I don't like. So I had started this with Castle Art pencils, and gosh, it was just turning out to be a complete nightmare. So then I switched to my Prismacolor for the blue flowers, and you can see the vast improvement the flowers had versus everything else. I was trying to do her skin. It wasn't working out. I'm actually thinking I'll go back in and erase this because this isn't even done. It's still a whip. The background is, these are watercolors, and they got really splotchy this time. And it was because I probably used a little bit too much watercolor. The paper started to give way, so I'm going to actually cover it up with splotches, but I need to go in and erase all this and start over with some Prismas. Plus it just doesn't match the flowers anymore. Alright, this lovely lady here is a whip still from forever ago. This is Polychromos. Like I said, I've actually used polys quite a bit in these books. They take really well to the paper, and I don't do layers. I'm more of a hard presser, and it still turned out really well. I actually really like this color combo. But as you can see, it still turned out really good. Probably now, this is way old. Now I would go back in and add more shading and fix up her skin tone and stuff like that. But this is still a whip. Probably 7 years ago. This is also Polychromos, I know. I was getting into, this was back when I was first learning how to do flick style. In fact, this is one of the first flickers, we'll call it. But this is Polychromos. I used them because at first I wanted to see how polys did. They held their point a little better. And as you can see, they actually did pretty well. This page is by no means done though. It's yet another whip. Oops, how dare I forget about this. Okay, then we have this right here. Still a whip, actually. But this is Prismacolor. And Prismacolor, yes, can be very bright and vibrant. And this is a long, long time ago. And I loved the vibrancy of Prismacolors, as you can tell. I don't know if I colored in this other one. Oh, I did. Okay. I had 2 copies, but I couldn't remember if it was because I colored in it or not. Oh, is that the only one? Okay. So this one here is actually using the Starjoy pencils. Yes, Starjoy, the newer Starjoy ones. So yeah, there's a difference there, but they did okay. They weren't my favorite. It was really hard. I actually did not like the skin tones in those, but that's just the pencil, not the paper. However, on the paper, they were kind of just, man, they had to be blended out a lot. And then on the background, I did use Neo colors, and they turned out okay. They got a little splotchy, though, but the Starjoy Golds are really soft, but they also have a lot of filler in them. And that filler builds up, and once you get too much filler built up, you really can't go backwards. So, yeah, that was kind of part of the problem. Let me see if there's anything before that. Nope, okay. This is actually with my Derwent Artists pencils. So Derwent Artists are very hard, very light, very transparent, and very much a pain in the butt to use on this paper. They're meant to layer and layer and layer, and so I really tried. If I go back and finish this, I'll be erasing it or going over it with a pencil brand that's not Derwent Artists. They were just too much. Okay, this one here, this is actually Prismacolor with some acrylic paint pen. And then this is actually just Distress ink, where I sprayed it and gave it that splotchy look. I actually really love this combo. I hope I saved it. Did I save it? I did. Woohoo! I need to use that combo again. I even put some stickles on there. I was actually going to repeat this color scheme over here. That's why I saved that. But yeah, this is Prismacolor. And like I said, I love the way Prismas show up on this paper. Oh man, I should do this page. Now I did get some bleed through, but this wasn't actually the book's fault. It was mine. I sprayed this with a finish spray so it wouldn't bleed onto this page. That's why it's kind of glossy. And I sprayed too much and didn't let it dry in between layers. You gotta be very light-handed when you're doing those sprays. Okay. Now, Hakshan Stuga. And I've got something in here. Oh, so this was actually started with polychromos. As you can see, polychromos do really well. They do take a little longer for me in these books, and so sometimes I just get bored. But the polys do really nice. Over here we have some Brute Funer square pencils. Some of my favorites to use, if I'm being honest. And I wish I could get my hands on them, because every time I break them out, I'm like, oh, every time I sharpen, that's one less Brute Funer. I know I colored in my other one of this one. I don't know if I colored in this version, which is why I'm going to be really disappointed when we get to my other book here in a second. Oops, I did. Okay. So this is actually done with the Arteza colored pencils, which are no longer really a thing, but still honorable mention and all that. They did okay, to be honest. Can't remember why I used the Arteza. This was a buddy color, and I think it was back when I was doing my alphabet challenge, and so I had to use an A brand pencil, so I went with the Artezas. The background is actually pan pastels. I've sprayed it so they don't move, and the pan pastels took really well. The Artezas actually didn't do too bad. They just kept getting a build-up, so I couldn't do as much as I would have liked. This was Prisma started, but I'm going to erase that soon. So, all right, this one here, excuse me. This is Derwent drawing pencils. I was actually playing around with them when I first got them until I forgot that I did that. So this one's not even close to done. There's actually quite a bit to work on still here. I even did the background with the Derwent drawing pencils. So yeah, I need to get in there and finish that. But the Derwent drawing did really well. So, in case you're curious. Alright. I know I haven't colored in that book, so I'm not even bother. Okay, this one is where it's kind of a bummer. I have another copy of this that I was doing in all pastels, and I'm not even sure I've colored in this version. I'll double check. Oh, I did start something here. Okay, this is with Prismacolor. Yeah, I know, sensing a theme. These turned out really well, but I can tell you, because I used a bunch of brands of pastel pencils. Oh, this is the Castle Art Harmonious collection of pencils. So it's kind of like a very muted palette, and that's what created this. I should need to go back and finish that. But I did do a bunch of pages in my other one I can't find with pastel pencils. So I used the Castle Art Pastel Tint, which worked really, really good. I tried the the Pastel Lows. I know I did this page with Pastel Lows. It was okay, but just the color range wasn't very good. So it was kind of so-so with that one. And then I did also use my Indra Macaroon pencils quite a bit in this book, in my other version, and they did really well. It's just you can't buy those anymore, so I wish I had that. But yeah, when it comes to pastels, those ones did. Pastel, but when I say pastel, I mean pastel colors, not actual pastels. Okay. I actually have a whip in here I'm working on right now. Believe it or not, I am coloring. Okay, this right here is actually done with the Arteza watercolor pencils. The whole thing, even the background. And it actually did really well. Like, look how vibrant that is. The only drawback was it did not, like, take too well. Like, you could see the paper was starting to pill, so some things didn't dissolve. But still, I mean, for the background and everything, did really well. And there's like no bleed through, just a tiny spot like right there. So the Arteza watercolor did well. Arteza's, like I said, not really relevant these days anymore. So if you have Albrecht Dürer, that would work really well, and actually probably do a little better. So with the Derwent watercolor pencils, Castle Art watercolor, stay away from. They just don't have the pigment. So yeah, this right here is also done with Prismacolor. And then this little background here, it's very light, it's chalk pastel. But they stuck out pretty good. Okay, this is Prismacolor. This is actually a whip I'm working on right now. So, but yeah, this one is Prismacolor. And as you can see, it just, the paper takes Prismas very, very well. All right, so to recap, I guess, yes, Prismacolors by far do really well. Polychromos do well. You know, I have used my Castle Arts. They're okay. Would I do it again though? No. So we have those. And then, you know, the cheaper budgety brands like the Brute Fooners worked okay in here. It's just hard to get your hands on. Now, when it comes to water mediums, Neocolor 2s are great. Just be careful with how much you put down. You can use watercolor, but be very light on the water. The paper is very thin. I have not used gelatos, believe it or not, in any of mine, but I do use gelatos dry, so they would work fine on here. Pan pastels and chalk pastels work great. But if I were to, you know, give you a list of pencils that I know would work really well, you're probably wondering, what about Arctics? Because a lot of people like to use those instead of Prisma. They would be fine. Just keep in mind Arctics does have a lot more filler than a Prismacolor pencil, and therefore you're going to notice with your Arctics that you'll have a lot more buildup. And on a soft paper, if you're not like a hard presser like me, or you smush them together, your layers are going to have a hard time building up with no tooth to grab onto. So keep that in mind. Now, Inktense is one of my favorite mediums. However, I wish I could find that other book, because I actually did an Inktense page. I don't actually enjoy Inktense in Hanna Karlzon books. For some reason, I did have that one I showed you. It comes out very splotchy and gross and weird, but watercolor pencils do okay, oddly enough. Now, Inktense reacts differently to paper. It's kind of finicky sometimes. Believe it or not, it does good on Teresa Goodridge pages, like, you know, the crappy Amazon paper. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. If you have watercolor pencils, I would stay away from the cheap brands. Those Artezas did really well, which was surprising, but I would stick to like your Albrecht Dürer's. Derwent watercolor is very affordable, so that's always a good one to do. What's another one I'm trying to think of? My brain's filling a blank, but yeah, other than, you know, instead of doing like the Inktense. But that's what I would recommend for these. I'd love to know what you like to use, and until next time, take care. Bye now.